Thank you very much, Minister, for joining us this afternoon. Quick questions, and I know my colleague will as well. Minister, could you enlighten the House in your understanding of the primary industries that the animal ruminant sector has been falling since about 2010, so the overall contribution of methane by virtue of that is diminishing, withstanding we are talking about a short-lived gas that decays back to CO2 in terms of the overall contribution of the primary sector. What do you think would have been the counterfactual, Minister, should farmers have been forced into what would otherwise He Waka Eke Noa, and that's obviously been now disbanded? And do you want to speak to, kind sir, the 20% of wool growers that were potentially going to go out of business should that have been adopted? So going forward, is it your perception that we put pragmatism back in the room to help rural New Zealand adopt the kind of practices and also allow them to adopt technology to nullify this problem?
Honourable Mark Patterson.
I heard the threat to the wool industry there, so I thought I'd better get up and seek some clarity from the Minister. Look, just in follow-up to some of the questions my colleague Mark Cameron just said, there does seem to be some confusion here. I'd like you to illuminate that the problem, as I understand it, what we're trying to do here is just take the backstop mechanism out that was a CO2 equivalent, which is something that was wholly dismissed. It's a world-leading approach to have a split gas approach. This mechanism here is CO2 equivalents, which I think everyone, and I think you did allude to that earlier, across the industry and actually across the political spectrum has decided that that is a wholly inappropriate measure for which to deal with the challenge of biogenic methane. And you may not be in a position to fully confirm this yet, but for those that are watching or listening today that may be alarmed at the impact of agricultural emissions on the climate, is the Minister in a position to maybe allay some of those fears by outlining some of the figures that he's seeing in terms of this? As I understand it, we are in a position potentially with New Zealand agriculture that we are well on track to meet obligations that we have made in this House and internationally. So we are actually catastrophising about a problem that actually isn't existing in real time. Thank you.